Hello everyone and welcome back to Eternal Darkness. Last time we bore witness to Maximillian Roivas's misadventures in this very mansion. Maximilian discovered what his own ancestor Aaron Roivas had discovered, that under the mansion, deep within the foundations, lies a forgotten Cyclopean city of alien design, rather alien origin, now filled to the brim with the guardians of Ulialth. Maximilian did try to warn people of its existence and of the danger everyone faced. However, his own brush with a guardian and the realization that his own servants were in reality bone thieves were too much for him. He ended up being committed in a sanatorium, where he spent the rest of his days in, wallowing in his own filth. It's a pattern that most of those who come across the Tome of Eternal Darkness have grisly or gruesome ends. And if the vision that Alexandra saw in the bathtub over there is anything to go by, the pattern is set to repeat itself. In any case, Maximilian's sacrifice led us to the possession of the Reveal Invisible spell as well as Zelotath's rune, which means we can now reveal the invisible in this very room. Using the Reveal Invisible spell has made the keyhole appear. The dresser still appears to be locked, however. But that's not something that cannot be solved with a simple use of the dresser key. Using the dresser key, Alex unlocks a drawer. Of course, Alex should open it. And inside is a chrome-finished revolver and a tattered page from the Tome of Eternal Darkness. Yes, Alex should retrieve these items.
Soon, the heart will be in our possession, my liege.
Never underestimate the power of Mantorok. Even in death, it corrodes all about itself.
It is unguarded. The presence of the corpse god causes fear in all who come near it. It has torn entire villages asunder and made the region uninhabitable. Only the foolish would venture near it.
Even so, what may be easy to take may be easily taken away.
Fear not. For centuries we have searched for something that was before us all the time. Mantorok's essence never left the city temple, and with it located, we are one step closer to your freedom, Master.
Yes, yes. Make haste.
So, in case you haven't noticed, these visions that the tattered pages of the tome reveal to us are always connected with a chapter that is coming up next. So it seems that we're going to return to what used to be the Khmer Empire, but we don't know the age, the year. It could be thousands of years before or after the misadventures of Antony, Maximilian, and Karim. This is something we'll be looking at very shortly, but something to note is that Ulialth has become quite concerned with the power of Mantorok compared to the last time we saw him. We saw both him and Pius Augustus talking about it. The last time we saw them conversing about Mantorok, Ulialth seemed very sure of himself, very sure of his victory over Mantorok and the rest of the ancients. But this time around, we sensed trepidation from him. Instead, Pius Augustus was quite sure that he could, finally, reclaim the heart of Mantorok and dispel this little fear, this little flaw in their plan once and for all. In any case, enough of that. Let's check the revolver before starting the chapter itself. This is a Smith & Wesson Model 37, one of the smaller revolvers in the Smith & Wesson family. This double-action revolver is capable of firing 38 caliber special ammunition, which allows for extra stopping power. Let's equip it, and now we will begin a journey into darkness.
The ancients' influence was incredible. From all walks of life to all parts of the world, their tendrils crept and wrought their insidious damage. Their prisons decayed constantly as their guardians' work continued. I discovered mention of a breakthrough in satellite radar imaging that revealed the presence of a hitherto unknown temple mound in the Angkor Thom region of Cambodia. An archaeologist of some repute, Dr. Edwin Lindsey, took it upon himself to investigate the area, to reveal the secrets of history. Unfortunately, the local government at the time thought differently, requiring that Lindsey find other means into the country and to finance the expedition. He found these in Paul Augustine, a collector of rare items who professed an interest in the discovery and agreed to help. After a dysentery-riddled 2-week venture, Lindsey and Augustine located the remains of an ancient city temple dating back to the 12th century.
Yes, this is it. It has to be. I hadn't expected the information to pan out, but here it is. The satellite data was correct.
For years, I have searched for it without success. Here, all along, clouded from us beneath the great ancient's insidious magic. I am very pleased with your performance, Dr. Lindsey. Very pleased. In fact, so pleased that I will give you an early bonus.
My God!
You are a scholar, Dr. Lindsey, not a warrior. In that regard, I have several centuries more experience than you. Don't be a fool. Die quietly. And you will not suffer. You cannot escape me, Lindsey. This place will be your tomb, just as it is Mantarok's. Guardians of Ulyav, kill him!
Oh dear. Looks like our main man this time, Dr. Edwin Lindsey, has got himself into quite a bind. Now this is a really annoying and insidious enemy. He's only, it's only vulnerable when it spreads its wings. However, if it does manage to hit us, it will start summoning zombies, which we'll then have to get rid of. Ah, come on. You can also strike it from behind, where it's always vulnerable. And stop this little game of it. This little game of cat and mouse. Ah, too bad. Didn't manage to finish it off. Alright, Edwin, it's time for us to leave. Lindsey has no intention of leaving the temple yet. He's determined to get to the artifact before Augustine does. No one crosses Edwin Lindsey. Alright, so this is the Indiana Jones chapter of the game. A thick layer of dust obscures the tiles of the floor. Now, some interesting things that were mentioned in the cutscene before. Pius Augustus as well as Ulioth could not ever locate this temple again. Probably they first located it through the massive amounts of energy that Mantorok itself was emanating. However, after its death, that energy dissipated, and Mantorok did its best to conceal itself. So, Ulioth, as well as his right-hand man, Pius Augustus, were never able to find this temple again. But in 1983, with the advent of radar imaging, someone managed it, and here we are, trying to stop him from bringing about the end. Statue of a seated goddess, where her neck and wrist should bear jewelry. There are merely worn grooves and flecks of bronze dust. Had they been stolen by grave robbers? Perhaps, because as you can see, this temple has seen better days. The once tall columns now are rubble. There's huge growths of roots and of trees coming through the walls. Let's see what Lindsey has in his arsenal. He's got an automatic pistol, which we saw him use. Since 1907, this weapon has been a trusted sidearm to US armed forces. Through 2 world wars, Korea and Vietnam, the Colt M1911 automatic pistol has proven itself to be a reliable firearm with good stopping power. We also have 48 rounds for it. We have a shotgun, a Remington M870 shotgun, slightly modified with an extended tube magazine, choke barrel, rifle sights, and bayonet lug. This is the same shotgun used by the US Marine Corps since 1970. Well, Edwin Lindsey is a man of adventure, it seems. He came prepared. Also with a kukri. The unusual L shape of the kukri gives the weapon a significant advantage in close quarters. The combination of a cutting edge on the inside curve of the blade and heavy weight of the blade tip gives the kukri immense chopping power. Now, the most interesting thing about Lindsey is this, his brush. A large, soft bristled brush designed for clearing dirt and dust from surfaces without damaging them. Edwin Lindsey is an archaeologist, much like Dr. Indiana Jones, and we can use this brush to sweep away the dust. A bronze bracelet has been discovered under the dust covering the floor. Let's pick it up. I think we can guess what are we going to do with it. What does Lindsey have to say about this? Nothing in particular, it seems. Alright. Let's put it in its place. And the doorway opens. Up until now, this... Oh dear. And it is now Edwin Lindsey's turn to visit the Hall of Lost Souls. 2 more statues have been added here since we last came. Karim. The Pussy Hunter. And the insane Maximillian Roivas. Both of them died for nothing. And now it's Lindsey's turn to see, cradled in what appears to be a leather's hand, a mysterious book. It is bound in human skin and intricately decorated with shrunken bones. It beckons and yearns to be possessed. Let's relieve them of their limbs and extremities and get rid of them, because we're gonna have some work doing here. Let's shed some light into the situation. This carving represents the growth of the human race, its rise to intelligence and the development of society. It foreshadows the decline of humanity. This is humanity's dusk. As you can see, Edwin Lindsey has some more interesting theories about what the carvings depict. As an archaeologist, he knows the true meaning, and rather the hidden meaning behind ancient pictograms and designs. An alcove carries an array of candles. They are arranged to reflect the time of the day. Curiously, they are still lit. How is it possible? How is it possible indeed, Edwin? However, this is the least of the puzzles you're going to be facing in this place. Ah. Excuse me, but for the environmental noise, but there really is nothing I can do about it these days. What I can do is shoot at these damn trappers. Hopefully, we won't have many more interruptions like these. Still nothing in these alcoves. Oh, is there? Displayed upon the pedestal is a metal bracelet. Doesn't seem too interesting. Seemingly worthless bracelet, made from cheap, flawed metal. The workmanship is rather crude. It's probably junk. Alright, now carefully. If you play the game with the rumble function on, the controller rumbles when you're near these little things. The corner is shrouded with dense cobwebs, casting it into shadow, perhaps even hiding something. So that if you don't notice them, you know that something's there. You can use the archaeologist's brush to remove the cobwebs and uncover that hidden behind the strings of cobwebs is a carved stone tablet, a magical codex. Alright, now this is interesting. Trapped within a damage field is a horror of Ulialth. It cannot hurt us because it's trapped in there. We'll have to return though, because behind it is something we need. But for now, the bronze necklace sits on top of a nearby urn. We're gonna borrow this and go and set it up on the statue at the entrance of the temple. Yep. More motorcycles, because why not? Right when I want to record a video. Ah, dear God, sometimes. Okay, here we go. A statue of a seated goddess with 4 arms. Her neck and wrists are adorned with precious jewelry made from bronze. Well, the goddess is pleased with us, it seems, since she has opened the way ahead. Let's see what we can find. This particular depiction represents the birth of the human race within the universe. This is humanity's dawn. Now this is interesting. A stone statue of a Naga, a snake-headed demon, stands guard in the corner of the room. A raised platform stands before it with a bracelet on it. Now we have to do a switcheroo. Because as you can see, ancient peoples did not take kindly to people half-inching their stuff, so we have to leave something in its place before we die of poisoning. Alright, time to move on. The place really is overgrown here. Yes, you see, the fires are one thing that the game is a significant leftover from the game's N64 days, unfortunately. Alright, let's clear these cobwebs away and find another magical codex. Oh no. Wait a minute. I'm gonna enchant my cookery here. Alright. Now we can go in and take these guys out. There we go. An enchanted weapon with the correct alignment makes short work of enemies and casts a very, very pretty, perhaps eerie glow in the surroundings. Alright, let's equip our trusty torch See what Lindsey has to say about this. This design depicts humanity's fall into decadence, corruption, and ultimately oblivion. This is humanity's night, our time. A collection of unlit candles stands atop a low pedestal. Nothing more here. Now carefully. They may not be visible at first sight, but as you can see, there are pressure plates in this corridor. And they cut both ways. Alright, now we have another statue. Hiding in the shadows of a statue watches over the room. A brief inspection reveals flecks of silver metal marring the statue's wrist and neck, possibly indicating that a decoration used to be there. Well, we have a silver bracelet. But that is not enough. We saw another piece of silverware, silver jewelry behind the horror. Yes, here we have another cobweb. Let's clear it out to find what we need. A tattered scroll of paper lies on the floor. Thus we have acquired one of the most useful spells in the game. Dispel Magic. A torn scroll with magical equations and notes upon it. It reads, "For every magic there is a counter. That which is protected no more. That which is bound is unbound. Be warned that a more powerful magic than this will endure its ravages." Alright, now, we should assign it. Sorry about that, my controller dropped there. And I think we're ready. Let's recover a little bit of our health. And enchant our shotgun. Since we are going to be fighting a horror, we want to be prepared. Alright. Get ready. And that's enough out of him. This particular depiction represents the prosperity of humanity and its domination over the world. This is humanity's day. Alright, now, time to get what we came here for. A silver necklace is draped around the center candle on the shelf. Let's pick it up and go put it in its place. There we go. And with that, the way forward opens. But we will be delving deeper into this forgotten temple next time. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, leave a comment below telling me what you think of the videos thus far. And I hope to see you next time. Till then, take care.